Welcome back to the Jato Show, episode 4. In this episode, we're going to be doing the top 10 most underrated Premier League players this season so far. And if you like our content, remember to like and subscribe.
All right, lads.
Hello.
Slightly different panel today. We got Jack, we got James, George, the usuals, but welcome Cormac.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Welcome, boys.
Yes, welcome in.
Big appearance.
Thank you.
Big appearance. All right. So this one's a bit different than the last one. We got a few players who got the same number of votes, so we need to rank them up. So 10th to 8th, we got 3 players all draw and we need to rank them. We'll get there eventually.
Ooh,
and then it's the same thing from 6th to 4th. Big debate. 6th to 4th as well. We need
They're
to
also
sort
tied.
that out.
Yeah,
All of them are tied. Them 3.
it's gonna be big, baby.
Yeah.
It's gonna be massive.
It's going to be a big one.
So
Yeah.
should we get started? Okay, we got
Get stuck in.
from 10th to 8th. We have Callum Wilson, Luke Shaw, and Mason Mount.
There we go.
Thanks, Mason Mount.
I do think Mason Mount should be higher up in this list, to be honest. I think that's a bit disrespectful.
I disagree.
I think that's really disrespectful. He should at least be, he's in the top 5 most underrated players at least.
I don't think he's underrated though.
Yeah, that's what my
Like,
point is on this.
Everyone
He's Chelsea's best
respects
player.
Mason Mount.
He's our best
Everyone
player.
knows that.
I mean,
Everyone knows he's Chelsea's best player, but like it's not a great thing that he's Chelsea's best player because there's no other good players at the moment.
Yeah,
But,
and
like,
he ain't
yeah.
even that. Let's be honest, lads. He's not even that great. Like, why?
Exactly.
Let's not, let's not big him up too much. He's not even that great.
No, I do think Jack has a point.
But everyone
I think
talks
he
about
does.
him, so he is rated. So you can't put him in the underrated list. He's
I
just
think
not.
exactly. He's rated.
He doesn't
Yeah,
fit.
Yeah,
in there.
Yeah.
To be honest, the only reason he's in here, no one had him except Jack, who had him first.
Yeah.
That's the only
Pathetic,
reason he
isn't
made
it?
it.
I'm going to come
Jack-
out. I'm
Jack,
going to
mate,
come
that
clear
is
as
honestly
well.
pathetic. That is
No
honestly
one.
Who put Wilson lower than
no
top
one.
5?
The disrespect on his name. He's such a good player. He's such a good
We know
player.
that though. We know he's
So,
good.
Chelsea-
No, you don't
He is,
know.
he is.
You don't know. He has
We
stepped
do
up
know.
and he has saved us in so many occasions. He's the most disrespected player in England. It's
He has 4
appalling.
goals and 3 assists. How has
No,
he
less,
saved you on multiple
less.
occasions? He's been
I
a
think
solid
behind
player, but, like, yeah.
Bruno, De Bruyne, and maybe Salah, I think he's created the most chances this season.
Yes, but mate,
Grealish as well, and
he's
Luke
not
Shaw.
finishing.
Luke
Yeah,
Shaw
Grealish
created
doesn't
more.
The point is, he's not finishing. them
Left
off,
chance
mate.
to create the left back.
He's got so much to his game. Boys, he can press. He is a leader. He's the future
Oh, we said
captain.
this last night. He can do everything. He's the all-giving, ever-telling.
He
Mason
can
Mount.
do everything. He can.
He's just
a
not
leader.
He's a
that.
god. He's a god.
Leader. He's a fighter. He's a proper player. I don't know
He's
why
a
he's so
crap.
disrespected. And I think in a few seasons, he's going to be getting 10, 15 goals a season easily.
Okay, Tom, take control of
Oh.
this. What are we rating here? He's not
Yeah,
going
what is-
10.
Yeah, what is the rating?
Well,
What? Well,
I put Callum Wilson and Luke Shaw above him for firsts.
I put
Luke
Callum
Shaw,
Wilson
I love
first.
Luke Shaw's
Cormac
not
did, yeah.
underrated.
I put Callum Wilson first.
First.
Callum
And you
Wilson,
put
Yeah.
Mason Mount.
Callum
You don't
Wilson
have
is-
Mason Mount in your top 10.
Callum Wilson has 15 goal contributions in 21 games, and it's the only reason Newcastle's still up.
Yeah,
Or
I
could
agree.
be still up, but he
He
got
he is
injured.
the only reason.
could not agree
the
more.
only reason they are
Exactly what I'm
still
saying.
they are.
No,
above
I don't
the relegation.
agree. I don't
Yeah.
disagree. I just think you can't compare him to someone, the influence that he has compared to someone like Mason Mount or even Luke Shaw.
he's literally the only
mate.
How?
reason they're staying up.
He's the
You can
only
directly
influence.
compare them.
Yeah,
can literally
he's like the
directly compare them.
influence for Newcastle. How could you
He's
say
the
that?
only
I mean,
player that can play football in that team.
That's
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's the reason why I didn't have him in my top 10, because we all know he's the only good player at Newcastle. So
Okay.
I think we rate him.
I think they've
Yeah,
got,
I
they
can
need
see that as well.
signings Who just
This
never,
is the same thing with
I
Luke
do-
Shaw, mate. You can't say that about Callum Wilson and then say we don't rate Luke Shaw. Like everyone rates Luke Shaw this season.
No,
Everyone knows.
Mate, we put fucking
I
Ben
don't
Chilwell
think-
in our England 11. So,
Yes, you did. I mean, what a
Exactly.
ridiculous decision that was. bloody hell, he's going to warm the bench for the rest of the season.
Luke Shaw has gone under the radar by how good he has been. He's been the best left back in the league by far. And
Yeah,
Callum
okay,
Wilson doesn't get the respect.
I'm not going
I
to
sort
argue
of
for
went
Luke Shaw. I'll give him that.
With the Wilson one, I sort of went really high just purely because he doesn't get talked about in the media, like for being that Newcastle outlet. Maybe
Exactly.
he does, but not as much as someone like a Mason Mount. I don't think every Chelsea fan's like, thank God
100%.
for you keeping us in the top four.
Callum Wilson
Every
deserves a
single
spot on
Chelsea
the
fan.
list.
Mhm.
Right then,
So
Luke
Mason
Shaw,
Mount 10.
Callum Wilson, Mason Mount.
Mason Mount number
Yeah.
8.
Okay.
no,
Well,
Mason Mount 10, right?
Yeah.
Or-
No.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, baby.
You
There
can't.
he is.
You
Big
can't.
majority there.
We're not disagreeing that Mason Mount's a quality player. We all know
I
he's a
am
quality
a little
player.
bit.
But
I am a
No,
little
all
bit.
I'm saying is
Underrated,
he has
actually.
he has a greater influence on the team than Luke Shaw has. You can't say Luke Shaw has a greater
Oh, he's
impact on the
fans,
team.
mate.
you could say that.
You
You
can't
could say that.
You
Yeah, but this
can't.
isn't about
You can't.
influence. This
All
is
know
about
that.
being underrated.
Because
Like,
if
Underrated,
Tejas-
yeah.
If Tejas started, he would have a similar impact as Luke Shaw.
This
No,
is not.
Tejas
Yeah,
came in and made Luke Shaw up his game. He's taken it to a different
Yeah.
level this season.
And also,
Yeah.
but it's more the fact that it's underrated. And Mason Mount,
Yeah.
everyone does kind of respect Mason Mount's
Look,
game.
you
Like,
you
everyone
guys
knows
were
he's
straight
up.
into putting him in your England squad. So I mean, how could you put an underrated player in your England squad?
that's what I mean.
I think
That's
I
underrated.
think he's
Exactly.
rated. I think he is
He
really.
started-
I think he is
He
rated.
started in the team.
No,
we
but-
put him in
Yeah.
our first 11.
I mean, all the memes about him saying he's Southgate's son and all that, all this.
He is,
I mean,
mate. He's a
Yeah,
little.
but that
He's not.
That-
he
that-
works
that
hard.
caused him
He's
to
a
be
team
overrated.
player. He's critical to
Yeah, but that only
success.
caused him to be overrated. Like, everyone still understood that he was a world-class player. Just people thought Southgate and Lampard were giving him too much attention, too much credit. When now people are realizing he deserved that.
But he's
I think
starting.
world class is a bit far. I think he's
I
a
wouldn't.
very
No, I
good
wouldn't.
player.
I
don't
wouldn't.
think he's
I
much
wouldn't.
better than
I never. I wouldn't call him world class. And I also think players like Grealish, Foden have more individual talent than him. But in terms of impact on the team, he has a higher impact. And I think for England, he could have a higher impact than a lot of players. I'm not saying maybe Grealish, but I think he could have a higher impact than a lot
I
of
agree
players.
with that.
Because he can play so many different roles. He can play the number 8, he can play
Yeah.
the 10, false 9. He can play on the wing if needed. He's not the best. No, he's not the best, but if needed, I'm not saying for England, but he's got so
That
much
is
to his
true.
game, and he leads the press, and he runs for
Is
90 minutes every game, and he doesn't stop.
Is this a fucking Mason Mount appreciation show, or is this an underrated?
Honestly, let's just move on. I've
We
had
spent
enough,
5
mate.
minutes talking about how good Mason Mount is, mate, and not 1 minute about how underrated a player is. Like, what? I don't understand. We can't lick Mason Mount's ass every time we come on here and pretend like.
It's a Chelsea fan TV show.
Oh God, honestly.
Okay.
So he's number 10. Let's move on.
So we
He's
move
number
on. Mate,
10.
So right, Mount, Wilson, Shaw to kick it off in that order.
Yeah.
I'm
On to
happy
number
with that.
7. This one's definite. It's Yuri Tielemans.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had him in
Yeah.
there as well. He is a class. He's a class player.
Yeah, I think he's gone
He-
under the radar.
he
Like
is
this season, well, not too
absolutely
under the radar, but this
brilliant.
season as well, with Ndidi being out for so long,
Yeah. Yeah.
all
Yeah,
the
he's
injury problems Leicester have had, and how well they've still done. Got to give
Yeah.
him credit.
Yeah, he stepped up this season big time. I'll give him
Exactly.
that.
He's possibly been their best player.
That's
And
a
no one
statement.
Start, yeah,
Yeah, that's
he's in there with a shout. All right, we actually
Barnes?
agree on that one.
Barnes
Yeah.
is up there.
Okay,
nice
then.
and Ndidi.
Harvey Barnes.
Yeah, Barnes.
Harvey
Barnes was a honorable
Barnes.
mention in this one, but
Yeah.
he didn't quite make it in.
Oh, he's rated.
Sorry,
Yeah,
who-
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. 6, 5, and 4. This should be interesting. We have
all
Mikel
tied again.
Antonio. Hmm?
All tied again.
We have Mikel Antonio, Stuart Dallas, and Pedro Neto.
Neto, okay, fair
Pedro
enough.
Neto's in this group. Pedro
Mm.
Neto is 4 by easily 4. Easily. In terms of underrated, he is unbelievable. Like, he is one of the best players in the Premier
People
League.
talk about him more than they talk about Stuart Dallas.
Yes.
That.
5 goals,
That.
5 goals, 4 assists.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in a poor Wolves attack with no Raul Jimenez, he has been their
True.
sole focal point of their attack.
Yeah,
5
he's
goals,
been the
4
main man.
His
assists.
rated are up there. His dribbles completed by game are up there. Like, people really do not understand.
It's true,
how
and they
good
lost
Trent
Jota.
He is amazing. He is amazing.
He's better
They did
than
lose
Jota.
Jota.
I
He
remember
was the perfect Jota replacement, really.
Yeah.
when they
he has
played
more
against
potential
Chelsea, he got a really good goal. Really good.
Exactly.
He's
unreal.
fourth. He's fourth. But then who was fifth and sixth? Who were the other two? Dallas
Antonio and Dallas.
Dallas fifth. Give Antonio sixth.
I'd put Dallas fifth.
I had
I'll put
Antonio
Dallas
first.
I didn't even have
You
him
had
in.
Antonio
I didn't
first.
have Antonio in there.
We've got a bit of
I did have
bias
Antonio.
going there.
I
didn't
think
have
David
Antonio
Moyes has changed him completely. He's gone from a big, stocky winger who would run down the line, whip in a ball, get the odd header, to almost a complete centre forward. Like, in terms of the effect on our West Ham's general play, I don't think anyone's bigger to it than him, because he's our focal point. He allows us to either knock it in behind or play it to him and let him hold it up and feed it to other players. He's evolved so much as a player in the later years. I love him.
Yeah.
He is
I don't
unbelievable.
I do believe he is quite rated, though.
Yeah,
I was going to say that it's in between the underrated and rated for me. He's
Exactly.
always been he's always been consistent. He's always got goals and always got assists with West Ham, whether they were going down or top 4. So, but yeah, you are right. You are right. He's been underrated this season.
He got 4 goals in a game, didn't he, last season?
Yeah, I mean, he
game.
was one of the main reasons we stayed up. Definitely.
I think
It's been a
yeah.
tough season for him as well. We've been in and out of the team with injuries. And he's our only centre forward, so we have to play him whenever he's fit.
Do you feel like
Yeah,
Dallas
he's
got
crucial
ahead of
to
him
us.
just because of the rating aspect?
I understand that. Yeah, I can live with that.
I also think he's
Dallas
been
has been
moved into midfield.
Class.
Yeah,
Thank you,
he's
Jay.
been playing centre back and midfield. He's been unreal this season.
Plays and he can play on the wing. He can play absolutely everywhere. And did you see his heat map for the game against Southampton? There were only 5 pixels on the whole pitch that weren't covered. He absolutely ran the whole
5
pitch.
pixels, mate. 5 pixels. Unbelievable stuff. Stuart Dallas is world class, like you say, and he goes so underrated. No one even talks.
He
about
really
him.
is. Luke Ayling gets to the stars and
Luke
the shining
Ayling, I didn't
armor.
even put Luke Ayling in my list because I rate him so highly. I can't put him in.
Exactly. Everyone rates him. Everyone rates Ayling, but no one rates Dallas. When Dallas has been so influential to Leeds, even last year he was so important. He gets goals as well. He's a Brentford legend as well.
Is Ayling not in this list?
I didn't put him in.
Ayling and Target missed out by the skin of their teeth.
We can do honorable mentions after, actually.
How did Target miss out? He's literally one of the most underrated players. No one talks about him. He's been class. Him and Matty Cash.
What other honourable mentions
don't start.
Matty Cash is so good. Matty Cash is world
Him and Matty
class.
Cash should both be in
is.
it. Is Matty Cash not in this?
I wanted, but no, he's not in. I wanted them both
That's a
in, but
fucking
I
disgrace.
couldn't fit them. I just couldn't fit them.
Fucking disgrace.
How is Matty
It's so hard. It's so hard. It is so hard.
It was really tough drawing up this list. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I reckon no one even knows who Matty Cash is. Most people who watch football. He's unbelievable. That is what you call underrated.
He is absolutely world class, mate.
Well, there we go.
He started the season really well.
He's
Did he get
still
injured?
playing well. He's so good defensively as well. That's the best bit.
Yeah, and he's got the barnet, mate, and he's got the hair. You can't argue.
He's got the class, got the ooze, baby. He's oozing the class. It's gang business, baby.
Oh, baby.
Oh, Jesus.
What other
All
honourable
right, so we
mentions-
agree that. Sorry?
What other honourable mentions were there?
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
just to clarify, It's we're doing Antonio, Dallas, Pedro Neto, right? 654.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Before we move on to the top three, which are all set in stone, no debates needed here. Oh, we'll see. Yeah, we'll do the honourable mentions. We had Ayling, we had Matt Target. Jack had Declan Rice second. No one else had him.
He's not underrated.
He's rated. He's so good.
He's so rated, mate.
He's so rated. He's so rated. He's so rated. I love Deckers.
So rated.
All right. Yeah, we'll give we need to give an honourable mention to Joey here. He's missing out tonight. Joey had an interesting list. Number 1, he had Gareth Bale.
It's a shame he's not here to argue his point because I would have loved to have heard that. I would have loved to have heard that.
Oh, Gareth Bale. That is dreadful.
That's just terrible. That's a terrible shout.
That is terrible.
There's not much more to say, really, is there?
He's won 4 Champions Leagues, and I don't think he could be underrated.
Yeah.
I think he meant currently, as he's on the bench all the time and doesn't play, and he's still got it. But
do you reckon it's because Mourinho doesn't think he works hard enough, or what is it?
He's
definitely
awful.
something to do with it. I think he's been injured as well. But
still,
he can't play Premier League pace. He just can't.
He's not. He's done. He's done for.
He's done. Yeah, unfortunately.
There we go.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, who's number 3, Tom?
All right, moving on to the top 3. I'm pretty sure me and James had him very high. I don't know who else had him. I think George might have done. Is it Frank Zambo Anguissa?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Baller.
He is a baller. He is filthy. He is silky. He is a dazzler. He is a tiny dancer. He is unreal.
Yes,
he has
tiny dancer
dribbles in the top 5 leagues in Europe, with the
really
least amount of dribbles attempted in those top 3. He has less attempted dribbles than Messi and who's the other one?
Adama.
Can't remember the other one.
Is it Adama?
Could be him.
He's class. Zambo Anguissa for Fulham. Class.
He is a baller.
Had him 4th.
He just pretty.
I mean, like James says, Elton John, tiny dancer, he does it all. Like you can't.
He's everything.
Yeah.
Elton John.
Elton John.
Tip tap.
You can't complain. You can't complain with that.
He really, for a big guy as well, he's silky on the ball. He's not exactly
and he's so underrated. No one talks about him, so he's perfect.
No, literally no one. Mate. He needs to move from Fulham. Like, if they go down, he has to get a move to the Prem. Like again,
and I hate Fulham. No, I put him in there.
yeah, that's right.
Says it all.
Yeah.
No, he had to be up there high. Great player.
Okay. Number 2, Olivier Giroud.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's rated. He's rated.
He's criminally underrated.
He's not rated.
He's criminally underrated.
If you watch,
you know what? I'll tell you a stat now. This is the best. This is Premier League, isn't it? We're talking about.
Yeah.
How many goals has he scored in the Premier League?
6.
4.
4.
6 in the Champions League.
He hasn't even played 10 games in the Premier League.
It's not his fault.
The fact that he hasn't played 10 games is.
I think that's a part
kind of
of why I think he's underrated.
I think he's the second in his Premier League history for scoring off the bench. And his record in the Champions League this season is really good as well. And his impact
the record in the Champions League, that's absolutely fine.
He started in a World Cup final. How can he be underrated?
Yeah, that's my point.
The problem
he's been rated by everyone.
The problem with Giroud is there's some games where he's absent. I think he's even been in a game where he hasn't touched the ball once. But I think he's so underrated. I think the fact that he's not selected enough for Chelsea is a big problem. I think he should be starting a lot more games.
But That does add to him being underrated, but it's mainly because he's 34 years old and Chelsea are looking for their future solution at the striker position. Like everyone who follows the Premier League knows how good Olivier Giroud is. He's a legend of the Premier League, and that's even with him being a big flop at Arsenal. He's the reason they didn't win them the Premier League. The sole reason they didn't win the Premier League was because of Olivier Giroud.
He scored some bad boy goals.
I don't know about that.
Some of the.
You know what? He's got to
big
be
statement.
further down. If he's on the list, he's got to be further down for me.
I put him at number 8. I put him at number 8 of something or 7. I think he shouldn't be this high, but I do think he's really underrated, and I think he should be starting a lot more games because he's.
But you just spent 100 million on attacking players.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
120 million.
And they're not performing.
Yeah, and he's still the best
problem.
option they've got. He's still the best option they've got. That's why I think he's
our best
like
striker.
underrated.
Yeah, but he's not underrated. He's just Chelsea have just tried to pursue other options and tried to look for their long-term solution because Olivier Giroud is not their long-term solution. He's still a quality player, but he's just not their long-term solution.
He's been
from a Chelsea fan. He said they press from the front, so Giroud's not pressing from the front any day of the week. He's just there to score goals. He wouldn't have worked in Frank's system, and it wouldn't have worked in Tuchel's system.
I think he can work with Tuchel as long as we have Mount and Werner doing the press, and then he can link up with Werner very well. He did that against Atleti a few times, and he gets big goals as well, like his overhead kick last night. And
true.
He has a huge impact coming off the bench. I think he's second in Premier League history for scoring off the bench. I think it's 24 goals behind Defoe. I think he's a very underrated player, and he should be starting more games.
Fair enough.
To be fair, I don't think he should be as high up as this. It's because most of us had him in, and
I made a bit of a mistake
with a lot of the other players in the list. They just didn't make it in, and some people had them higher up.
He's just higher rated, isn't he? He's just not underrated, I don't think. When I think to some of the goals he's scored, he just he just can't be. Right, and he's been
Conter in this list, Tom.
Yes, I had him third, James.
Moving on. Before we get there, let's do one more honourable mention because I forgot about him just now, and I really rate him. Yves Bissouma.
Oh, how was he not? How was he not in this list?
I know.
When people Mason Mount are in this list.
I know, mate. I know. It's a joke, isn't it?
He's so good. He's so
real.
good. You just have to
I'll take him out on my list.
I took him out, yeah.
I had a couple of Brighton players in my list.
I had Lewis
really
Dunk.
rate Brighton. They played good football.
Who was number one?
He's like probably their most rated player. I had Ben White.
Yes.
Who is number one overall?
He was he on loan at Leeds?
Yeah, he did really well.
Yeah, and he's been good for Brighton as well.
Yeah. Moving on. Number one. You said it, James, yourself. Ezri Konsa.
100%.
He
is world class.
Easily.
World class. He has everything for a centre back. He's
carrying the Aston Villa defence. He's carrying it.
He's so much better than
Mings gets all the praise, but Konsa's the one for me. Like they have one of the best defenders in the league, and
Konsa is an absolute baller.
Right,
ever since when he was at Brentford, he was incredible on the ball and had all the makers to be an incredible centre back, but he was lacking that defensive awareness and that defensive positioning. And his tackling was great, his heading was great. He just didn't have the positioning and the awareness. But then once he got to Aston Villa and worked under John Terry, he has become absolutely world class.
Yeah.
Okay, so my point, let's be honest. Okay, Konsa has been great, right? Okay, but the point about the underrated stuff is that there's so many unbelievable fullbacks in the league. Okay, so many unbelievable ones that get talked about. Like I can't even start naming them all, but Trent, Reece James, we know all the ones. Chilwell, Justin, Lamptey, all of these fuckers, right? Cash never gets a mention, baby. No one ever talks about him, baby. So he has to be very underrated then. Also, on the other point, right, we look at centre-backs. very few and far between, baby. We're not seeing many world-class centre-backs at the moment. So when we do see one, like Konsa, like maybe we big it up a bit too much.
Mings gets all the credit.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how good he really, like, I've not watched a lot of Ezri Konsa, and he comes from Scotland, so maybe that's a bit poor. But I know Mings gets all the credit.
He's been this good, and he hasn't even been mentioned to be in the England squad for us.
That is a great point.
Is he ready,
I didn't even know he's English.
That is a fantastic point. The main thing here,
French.
I've got nothing against Ezri Konsa. I love Matty Cash. He should be in.
How many goal contributions has Matty Cash got this season?
Oh, so many. I don't even.
How many?
Just scary, isn't it? Like,
how many does Cresswell have? And we're not talking about Cresswell.
Aaron Cresswell.
That's a shout.
I actually was going to mention Cresswell because I looked at the assists and he's very high up. The problem is he's shite.
We can't have Cresswell.
He's not shite. He's not shite.
That is the massive problem with him.
He's not shite.
Okay, he's not shite. Defensively, he's so weak, Tom. Even you'll know about that. Defensively, very.
The problem is he's shite.
Look. If this was a year ago, I'd be saying he's Sunday League level defender. But
he's not gone from Sunday League to world class in a year.
He's not world class.
He's not world class.
There's a middle ground, mate. Why is it one or the other? He's got good.
Well,
he's not.
Like Trent's not world. Trent can't defend, and he's not world class.
He's no, like Trent. Like, why are we talking about Trent? Like, why have we started this? Like, Trent. Also, Trent's been for the last month, and he's got no praise. So we can't start.
Big him up. 100%.
Yeah, he was awful for the first few months. But I think the thing with Trent, mate, is just he won the Champions League and he won the Premier League, and he's a local lad, like, from the club, like, and the media love him.
He peaked early as well.
Yeah, and that's why he's so big and gassed up, like the best right back ever. Like, he's obviously not.
Yeah.
True.
100%. In a sense,
I could argue that Robbo's a much better fullback than Trent.
Oh yeah,
I think he's miles ahead. Yeah,
Exactly.
100%. I don't think that's much of an argument.
So let's not talk about Trent because he's
nowhere near this fucking list. So I don't know why we're talking about him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Aaron Cresswell was nearly there. I think Cormac had him. I nearly had him, but I went for Soufal instead, just because
I had him in my honorable mention.
Soufal's a shout.
Yeah,
I had
so.
Soufal.
For $5 million, he's just one of the most solid right backs in the league. I think if you want a right back to do, he does it all.
Well, we can't attack David Zai.
He can. He's got a couple assists. He's not terrible going forward.
Did you see him? Did you see him when he went? Who was he through on goal with in that game?
Yeah, okay. He went through on goal and he didn't know what to do. Yeah, but like, he shit the bed. He doesn't score goals. He's like a traditional fullback. He just defends first. I like that about him. I don't want him to start scoring goals. He does his job. Are we still
talking about Aaron Cresswell here?
No.
No, code foul.
Oh, yeah.
I had Johnny Evans in there.
I almost put Johnny Evans in.
He's been rocket. Fofana got injured.
Yeah, he's been good. And Sionchu's been out as well.
No one speaks about Johnny Evans.
No one speaks about him.
Sionchu's been really good, though, and no one speaks about him either.
He's not.
He's been benched. He's been benched.
Yeah, he's been benched because Evans has been so good.
He's been benched.
Fofana got injured.
He got
Sionchu started every game.
Let's be honest. You can't be having that haircut.
Last season, I would have put Sionchu in this game, in this list. Last season, easily.
Yeah, I agree.
He hasn't been involved enough this season.
He looks like the elf out of the Lord of the Rings. So.
I had Dawson as well.
Dawson,
I had Dawson quite high.
Yeah.
I don't know. He hasn't played that many games, and
I think I put Bonner in.
It's a tough one. I had Ogbonna very nearly there because until he got injured, he played every minute.
Oh, mate, Ogbonna's been playing like Maldini.
Ogbonna, honestly, mate, he's been so good.
Sorry. I had Kovacic in there. There you go, Chelsea fan.
Kovacic is very underrated.
Last season.
Has no one brought him up?
No, last season.
As a player.
He's not been great this season. Last season he was our player of the season, but I think his impact this season.
Mount.
I was about to say he scored 7 goals this season.
It's just not true.
So much better than Mason Mount.
He what?
No, they play in
He is so
different
much better than
positions.
Mason Mount.
They play in different positions. As an 8, he's definitely a lot better than Man, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he's all right defensively. He's a good all-round midfielder. His problem is he doesn't get goals and assists. He's more of a
got more goals than
driver.
Mount.
He hasn't got a goal this season.
He scored 7.
No, he hasn't.
Has he not?
No, he got.
Sorry. He's got 7 goal contributions. That's my bad.
Yeah, he got 2 goals last season.
That's the same as Mount.
How many's Mount?
Mount
Yes,
got 7.
Mount's only got 7 as well. Yeah.
Oh, it's just fucking. You've been rumbled.
You've been rumble in the
The Royal
jungle.
Rumbled.
Royal Rumble, the big show, the Edge, baby.
Do you know who I had in my list as well? Is Alphonse Areola.
Yeah,
Yes.
everyone was saying about him.
I was going to
don't-
put Mesnier
I don't
in.
think he made it.
Melia gets
Yeah.
his praise, and he's not that great. He has an error in him. I
I was
wouldn't.
going to put
Very young.
Fabinho in. That was a hell of a
He's
shout.
so young.
Fabinho, true.
Just
Well,
because
I
of the
would-
way
I
that
put-
he adapted
I put-
to the centre-back role, no one talks about it, and he's been the
I
only
put
one who's...
Wijnaldum.
Everyone talks about it.
No, baby.
Everyone was talking about it.
Oh, he never gets
when
any
he stepped
praise,
in.
mate.
He looked like Van Dijk
Yeah.
2.0. Like,
Bollocks, mate. He never gets any praise.
What about
I'll
Phillips? He's good.
Oh, mate.
Everyone
I mean,
knows.
this is
Everyone
not
knows.
a Man United shitting on Liverpool session. Like,
No. Sorry.
What about
I think
Wijnaldum?
Alisson's been under the radar this season.
Ronaldo's not adapted
Played
to
some
the
great
change.
assists.
This is why Fabinho, because Fabinho's been the only one on the Liverpool side who's actually adapted to the change well. Everyone else,
Yeah,
has been
Fair enough.
That's a very good shout.
It's
Everyone
not
else
a
has
bad
been
show.
shit, man. Well, Hendo as well. Hendo's tried, but he's not been as good.
Salah as well,
He's
but-
wasted at centre back. He is
Yeah.
wasted at centre
Honestly,
back.
it's such a
And that's why
like a
everyone
gap
says about
in the
Thiago
midfield.
being shit. Like, Thiago will be good when he's got Henderson and Fabinho in centre mid with him.
I was really scared
Yeah.
when you signed him, to be honest. I was really scared.
I really wanted him.
He's a baller. Absolute baller. I was watching his highlights in the Bundesliga today. He's unbelievable, mate.
Yeah, I don't think he's got many highlights for Liverpool.
Oh, don't give it.
Oh,
Like, mate, he got
Ooh.
injured and then, like, not up to speed. And then, like, come on.
yeah.
It's been
Right.
fair. First season as well. And what a season, mate, to come into. Like, COVID, we've got injured. Like, it's just a joke.
Mm.
Baby,
Well-
should he stay to Bayern?
That's like-
I also had Rodri in mind.
Rated.
Is he though?
I would say
Is
the
he?
opposite. Yeah, I would say everyone says he's shit.
Everyone says he's
No,
shit.
not anymore.
No.
I
Who
think
says
it's
he's
more
good?
now. Than
I
when
don't
he
see
arrived.
anyone saying about how good Rodri is, and he is really good. Like, he is really good.
No, he's stepped up this
Oh,
season,
good.
definitely.
I feel like
I
when
don't,
he
know, I
arrived,
don't see
everyone
anyone
picked him
talking
up.
about it though.
You
Yeah.
know why? It's because
True.
Gundogan.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's why
Everyone
he's
talks about
underrated.
Gundogan in the point. No one talks about Rodri.
And that's exactly why he's
Yeah.
underrated. Exactly why he should be on this
Exactly.
list. James coming through with the facts.
James has come through. He
Facts,
has.
baby. We got the stacks and the racks, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Have we missed anyone? What's like a good team which having a good season? I'm sure we've missed someone.
Carl Walker
Sheffield
Peters.
United.
Oh, yeah. John Egan.
John Fleck.
Great
Brentford
player.
legend.
Brentford legend.
Liam
Irish
Brewster.
hero.
Ryan
McGoldrick, sign him
Oh,
up. He's already quit Ireland.
God.
He's already quit Ireland to progress with fucking Sheffield United. What a joke.
Oh, McBurney.
No, I think we've done quite well, but I feel like some of the honourable mentions probably should have made the list. Basuma, I'm upset about Basuma not
Yeah.
making this list.
You too.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
my bad.
Rodri's a good shout.
Martinez for Villa, is he rated though?
He's rated.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
rated. He
rated.
should be.
Well,
He should be
that's
Arsenal.
the FA
He should be
Cup.
Arsenal's number
That's
one.
the thing. People were saying that before he left as well, so I think he's rated.
Have we got anyone from Everton? Maybe they.
Yeah,
had a
I
decent
had
season.
Godfrey. I put Godfrey
Yeah.
10.
That's a shout. That's a shout.
Overrated.
I think a bit underrated.
Yeah,
That's a Cormac. You are talking out your ass there. Godfrey is one of the best defenders in the Prem.
No.
Yeah, there we go. James was
He has
about
everything.
stretch.
I'm not
No.
sure about the best.
Did-
There's much better.
Did you see his
options.
challenge against Shaqiri this weekend? He absolutely demolished him. And like he just has everything. He has a leader on the ball, like great tackling, great positional awareness. He has everything. Godfrey
No, he's
is
good.
underrated.
I rate Ben Godfrey. I just don't think he's one of the best defenders in the league. I don't even think he's the best defender at Everton.
Yeah.
Maybe not behind Michael Keane, but he's second
Exactly.
for sure.
What about Yerry Mina, baby? Barcelona.
Mina's be. I thought Mina was underrated. I
Mina's
was put Mina
dead.
in my thing.
I think Mina is
Mina's
underrated. He's a big black motherfucker, baby. He can do what he wants.
He is very good.
True though, baby. He wins so many headers, baby. The brick shit out.
Jesus, mate. Okay. I think that's about that. I don't think there's many. I mean, lastly, we could just rinse on Joey's list a bit more.
Yeah.
Who did he have? All right. He had James Ward-Prowse, actually. That's not a bad shout.
Yeah.
Rated.
Not
He's
sure
rated.
about
He's
that.
rated. I need to
I
put
think
him
he's
in.
rated.
He's
I
rated.
do.
He's unreal. He's unreal. Love him.
Didn't someone say he's the best free kick taker in the world?
Exactly. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. He's not far off.
Yeah, he was.
It can't be.
He was
underrated,
getting.
then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
England
Can't be
squad.
underrated.
We had him
He's
in
better than
the.
Mason Mount. I'd rather.
It will be in the
sign
England
Mason
squad.
Mount.
He should be in the England squad.
George.
Got more to offer than Mason Mount.
How many times have we said Mason Mount this episode?
I hate
Mason
him.
Mount should be in the title.
1500.
Yeah.
No, that's about it though.
What about Leicester? I'm sure they've got some players we've not mentioned.
Joey
What
had
about
Vardy
Cole
and Schmeichel.
Peters?
Johnny Evans.
Schmeichel's rated though. He's generally accepted
He
as
is.
a
I
good
think
keeper.
Vardy and Schmeichel are two of Leicester's highest rated players. And Joey,
Vardy's really
Vardy's
rated. So
underrated.
Vardy's rated for a long time now.
So rated.
I don't know.
Really, Tom?
Don't know about what.
No, Vardy's
What?
definitely right. No, I don't know what Joey's thinking. But,
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah, I was gonna
he's
say.
quite something. Gareth Bale, number one.
Gareth Bale, number one. Oh, God. Oh, God.
All right,
I think that
that's
was
about that then.
yeah. I think that was quite good. I think we've gone through a good list. Good list of honourable mentions.
We've covered a lot of bases there. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I hope you all enjoyed that. If anyone's still with us now.
Yeah, we'll be.
All right. Should we wrap up?
Thank
Let's
you.
wrap it up,
Thank you.
baby.
Thank you for having
Thanks
me.
for
Thank you,
watching,
guys.
guys.
Thanks for watching. It's
Yeah.
been a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Remember to bag it up.
Ciao, ciao.